Jordan.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jamie Smith. I work for Transit Works. I'm commercial account manager for this region. I'm actually going to be introducing your new Transit 350 EL Smart Floor van. EL stands for extended length, and you guys have the base color that you're all going to white, which you're going to get wrapped. You have the running boards. This is called expanded metal running boards, and what they do is wick away any moisture, basically, to make sure that they're not slippery. So they're very, very slip resistant. This is what we call a max configuration with a rear wheelchair lift in the rear. The rear wheelchair lift has a 800-pound capacity, and it's a trifold brawn lift, basically. So it folds out, goes up and down. So this configuration right here is a 12 ambulatory 12A rear smart floor van. The smart floor van is one of our mainstay products, i.e. it's a flooring track system that allows you to move and remove the seats. In this case, there's going to be wheelchair positions in the rear, so you can turn around and move one or more seats in order to accommodate the wheelchair space. Comes with 2 tie downs. These are AMF brooms tie downs, specifically made to actually attach to the floor. Also for the head, the shoulder overhead, overhead shoulder position, shoulder mount positions. On the top of the van there, you have the emergency exit, which you must have to meet FMVSS safety standards for a paratransit vehicle, i.e. with a lift in the back and being over 10,000 pounds GVWR. Max wheelchair capacity for this vehicle is 4 wheelchairs that can easily fit in here, and everything. You can, in essence, you can put two per side, or you can do on front to rear. Depends on how you want to do it. It has factory air, so therefore factory air and factory heat. Factory air is all overhead. Factory heat comes from the floor and actually resorts in the vehicle via the floorboard. This is a 10-track system, which allows you to put 4 wheelchairs in there. And I'm going to do a demonstration. Let me take these out of here on how to exactly use the smart floor seat. So
Sorry, Ray.
So to use the smart floor, just turn around and you take the little detent pin, lift it up, and then pull. That unlocks it. Do the same for the other side. That unlocks it. And the seats are on rollers, so you can move it up and down, up and back, or other positions if you want to around the vehicle. And then to sit them back down, you just roll the vehicle back on the track, place it where, and the seats move in 1-inch increments. So just line everything up, and then instead of reaching back down with this, you can actually just take your feet and lock them back into place. And you can do that for every seat in this vehicle.
Nice. Jamie, how much do those seats weigh?
The seats,
do you know?
Yes, ma'am. The seats weigh about 35 pounds.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's very, very easily what we call man portable. So in essence, one of the great things about these seats, in order to lift them out, they're very, very easy. But to move them around, to move them around in the van, there's no lifting at all.
Gotcha.
Just roll them around on the actual on the rollers.
Okay.
The next thing that I will do is we can actually start on the lift.
Okay.
So I need the key. The vehicle itself has an interlock, and the interlock is on the dashboard. See that it's called intermotive interlock. So there's three things that have to be in place for the wheelchair. For the wheelchair lift to work. One, the vehicle must be running. Two, the vehicle has to be in park, and then three, the parking brake has to be applied. So, and I'll show it to you. So when you get in there, you will see that there's a series of buttons at the bottom and everything. As long as all three of those buttons at the bottom, there's three buttons at the bottom on the far right, at the bottom of the pad there, the interlock pad. As long as those three buttons are all on or lit, that lets you know that you're able to actually operate the lift.
Okay.
And these doors right here, these are basically two-spot doors or two-fold doors. So one, they open up to that point right there, and then in order to deploy the lift, I always advocate unlocking them and actually putting them off to the side. There's these. Basically, they do the same thing for this side. It gets back to a certain point, and then you just press the unlock portion, and it comes back. All right, operating the lift. You can tell that this one is really brand new because the lift has only been tested one time, and they put it right back in there. So this right here is called the pendant controller, whatever you want to call it, or whatever the guys that run the brain, whatever you want to call it, all of that. So you flip the switch on. Switch is right here. Good indicator. Make sure everything is working right. Make sure that your spotlights are working, and also that your actual little green light here is on. Right.
Okay.
This is my recommendation. You gentlemen know hydraulics basically. Lack of usage, hydraulic fluid settles. I know you guys have been doing this for a long time. So my recommendation is to at least cycle this one to two times a week, just to keep the hydraulic levels good in it. Because if you let it sit for too long, you will actually have to reprime it again. And it's a process to where you have to pump and prime it and everything. But if you just keep the fluid levels consistent in it, i.e. cycle it, just take 2 minutes to turn the vehicle on, make sure everything is good to go, and cycle the lift one or two times, once or twice a week, it'll be fine. All right. Standard operation with the pendant. So the first thing that you want to do, make sure all the area is clear. First thing that you want to do is just click. Well, fold it. So once it bleeds down, you guys know that this is a Braun lift. So if it ever bleeds down, there's a catch right here to let you know that is bled down. So one thing you have to do is just press fold. Fold will send it back up and actually get it past the catch right here. And then once you do that, you just turn around and just simply unfold it. And this is the speed, Braun's universal speed, and it's not going to go any faster, any slower. This is Braun speed. And then from there, just go down.
This has to be on a level ground, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You definitely want to make sure that it is on level ground. So this is a brand new lift. So in order to make the flap come out by the lift being so brand new, only thing you have to do is just step on it somewhere. And it'll go all the way down.
Okay.
Until it gets worn and
Yes.
everything loosens up.
Yes. So, say your wheelchair patient will come here. You guys can put the wheelchair patient and everything on. I always recommend locking this right here. And one of the great things I love about this is that it only stops right there. It's impossible for them, once you have this, let's just say, you know, you guys know how to use wheelchair lifts. I'm not going to filter intelligence, but always 3 points of contact, i.e. the pendant. I'm sorry, 2 points of contact, the pendant, and you always want to make sure that you're holding the wheelchair lift up, holding the wheelchair while they're going up the lift. But this right here, behind them, it will only go right here. It won't go any farther. So even if they were to slide or move a little bit, basically, you will automatically make sure that they're taken care of, because they won't come past this point.
That might be a good feature because of the motor car
Yes.
wheelchairs that get up there.
Exactly.
Because I had a case where the lady accidentally hit her switch and it went back, and I happened to jam it.
Yes.
while I was holding it.
Exactly.
I told her
Exactly.
to get off of the thing.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
That's a good idea.
Exactly, and use this, and also the motorized wheelchairs. Make sure. I know it's going to be a pain for them, but just make sure they turn them off. The regular wheelchairs, we always tell operators, as well as the patrons and passengers themselves, just make sure that they chalk the wheels, that they lock the wheels down before they going up and down. Just as another safety feature outside of this right here. Not only does this come up, but actually this right here folds up and locks into place as well. So there's like 3 or 4 different safety features, but you always want to make sure that those wheels are locked for the patron going up and down. Maximum capacity for this lift is 800 pounds. So let's say you get an oversized wheelchair and it's a little bit over. There's no need to distress and everything. Actually, Braun tests their lifts to 3 times the capacity. So in order for this lift to pass for Braun, it has to carry 2,400 pounds. They make sure that they triple the amount of weight to make sure that the lift passes the test. So if your patron is a little bit over the 800 pounds, which to this day I've never seen anyone even close to 800 pounds combined weight get on one of these things. Basically, they do make 1,000-pound lifts and everything, but we may sell out of, we do 1,500 conversions a year. We may sell two of those 1,000-pound lifts. A lot of people, you just don't need them. The 800 pounds is more than enough capacity. But the extra point of contact, holding that wheelchair or scooter or whatever, or it can be something as simple as just your hand resting on the back of the wheelchair or scooter as you're riding. Just that extra little bit of comfort as you're putting them up and everything. Also with this strap right here. All the Braun lifts right now come standard with this right here. And this is pretty sturdy. And so if they were to jolt back a little bit and everything, it won't let them roll off the lift. Once they're up and in.
Have you ever tested to see how much force it'll take before something happens?
Before this
Yeah, for the belt.
No sir, I have not.
I mean, just at a.
But I have never, in my time with the company, I've never heard an incident of this failing, which is always a good thing. But we've never had an incident of this right here failing with any of our customers. But I do not know that's a great question. To find out what the tested strength of this, or tested strength of this actual seatbelt is going backwards. I will have an answer for you. I don't know the answer right now, but I'll find an answer for you.
All right.
Then, in order to get the patron up, basically, you just press up. That automatically folds up and locks into place. And this really locks, because it comes up and everything, and there's a lip right here that locks in it. Once the piston comes back and locks into place, it actually is held by, this is right at about a little bit, maybe a 3/8 inch steel holding it in on both sides basically, and that thing isn't going anywhere. So in essence, this is another fail-safe along with this right here to get the passenger on the vehicle. Roll the passenger in, get them placed and seated in their location, and then actually put their seatbelt and everything on. Are you all versed in doing the seatbelt restraints and everything as well?
No, I'm not.
You may want to show it.
I will. I will. So what I'm going to do. All right.
Child restraint straps.
Now your alarm here.
Yes, sir.
What's that indicating? Low on fuel? Low on hydraulic?
No, no.
Or-
That's a proximity alarm. So
Oh, okay. So if somebody stepped on the pan. Okay.
exactly. So
And then your handle here.
yeah, that's your
for the jack.
yeah, for the jack and everything. So in essence, you would just move this. Heaven forbid. That's why I tell you guys, just make sure that you this right here is a hand pump.
Yep.
And there's your
And,
jack there.
and that right there is the jack. That's a jack for the vehicle. So there's a spare tire under this vehicle right here.
Okay.
In the rear of the vehicle, underneath, there's a spare tire back there. And so these are AMF Groans restraints, and so you have two restraints for the front that actually go at a 45-degree angle, and the two rear restraints are easy enough to where they actually go straight back at like a at a 90-degree angle.
Okay.
So right here, and the restraints are and they're self-tightening, they're self-tensioning.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So, in essence, once you pull them out and you hook them up to the chair, they will cinch in and they will lock themselves into place. And in order to, and once they get there, and they lock in, you just press that button down and to release them once they lock in.
Okay.
Okay.
Quick question. All right, let me see. This just slides, right? Or is there a release on this?
There's
Oh,
a
pull
release
that
right-
up.
Yes, ma'am. So
Okay.
right here, and it comes up,
Okay.
and then you put it back in, and then just pull it, and it locks into place.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
So those are for your the front wheelchairs that are going to be outboard, and then the rear actually go inboard. So these two right here. These two go inboard of the wheelchair. And needless to say, you would move these out of the way so you get the wheelchair in there.
Two front ones, one backwards would stay stationary.
And I'm almost positive we're going to probably have to shift these seats up a little bit once you actually put the wheelchair in there, wheelchair in and everything. But these two right here go outboard like this, and these two go inboard.
Gotcha.
And they strap onto the tire, correct? On the rim?
Oh no,
Or on the chair itself?
on the chair itself. They must be mounted They must be mounted on the chair. So in essence, they must be mounted on the chair itself. So for these right here, we always put, say, like a 45-degree angle up and hook somewhere on the frame. All four of them have to be frame mounted, and that right there just gives you maximum safety for your passenger.
No tipping.
No, exactly.
Shifting.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got you.
Exactly. That's it. 100%. Exactly. So this is your shoulder strap.
Okay.
So this portion right here goes to the floor. And this portion right here goes to the shoulder area. These are spacers right here. And these are your lap belts. minute. See one of the. So this, in essence, this right here goes to here, and this goes to here, and this right here goes around the wheelchair patron, and this comes around the customer and comes around and straps all the way to this side.
So the actual wheelchair, the patron's going to be facing.
Yes, sir.
forward.
We'll be facing forward with everyone else, and the reason that's like that, Neil, to say, is one for
That collision head on.
yes, that collision, head on, whiplash, to prevent all of that. Also, for pass training, which is passenger assistance sensitivity and safety training. It actually is a fundamental positioning for being communicable, for lack of better words. So in essence, making sure that they're not extricated from talking to everybody else and being able to communicate with everyone. So in essence, facing forward to where they're just a regular passenger. Yes, they have some physical challenges and everything, but the whole common goal is to still make them feel whole, for lack of better words. And so that's the whole mindset behind making sure that they face forward and can interact with everybody in the vehicle. So in essence, it will go just like this right here. I'm almost positive that you'll have to shift these seats up a little bit. It just depends on the size of the chair. This will probably fit a standard chair and put someone in a standard chair. But if you get anything oversized, you'll have to shift these seats up. And literally, kind of what I showed you, you can probably move them up a couple of inches. And these seats move in 1 inch increments, which makes it so much easier for everybody. So in essence, once you unlock them,
So move 5 holes up, you go to 5 inches.
yes, sir. Exactly. Yes, sir. Exactly. So what I always advocate is for this, to leave this in place. So what you can do is actually take this and just take your spacer right here. Take your spacer and hold this in. I'll just put it right here. Take your spacer. I'll just get it on here. And hold that in like that to make sure. Well, it's not going to whip on you anyway.
Yeah.
Right here. Take these. And turn around and just put them back in your box. And so
Gotcha.
I would always advocate leaving those front two in. And if you want to, well, for this position back here,
Yeah.
just for this first position right here, you can probably just still take this one
And scoot it
this
over.
out of the way until you're ready to
use it.
Yes, ma'am.
Gotcha.
Just keep these right here handy for you. That right there, the picture of the that's the interlock. As long as those as long as all of them are lit, the first one shows that there's power going throughout the whole vehicle, going back to the wheelchair lift. The parking brake is set, the vehicle isn't parked, and then that last one is that the interlock is fully working.
Okay.
Everything is good to go, and all the conditions are right in order for you to deploy the lift. If one of those, the fail-safe is, if one of those is not met, it will not allow you to operate the lift.
Okay.
The jack is right there. This right here is the hand pump. Heaven forbid you ever have to use it, but I don't think you ever will. Remember, at least twice a week, cycle this thing up and down just to make sure that the hydraulic fluid stays. Hydraulic level is good. The hydraulic fluid is in there, it's not going anywhere, it's not going to leak out, but what ends up happening is that lack of usage will just make it settle.
Right.
It'll just make it
You have
settle.
to be going through everything.
Yes, yes. And so in essence, it'll settle, it'll cool in one location and everything, and then all of a sudden when it comes time to use the lift, the pump will be looking for the fluid and it won't find it, needless to say. So. All right. Got our light on.
Put these in.
Yeah.
I think he's training her. So.
I'm listening. I'm just listening here.
Oh no, we good, right?
Well, yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. I'll put these in.
And please, if y'all have any other questions or whatever, please call me and let me know.
Yeah, I got you. You're going in my phone.
Yes. So in essence, this is how it's really configured for what you're looking for, and everything. You actually have just that one open position for whoever. I mean, for the wheelchair patron that you get. That one open position should be able to take care of everything. Like I said, if you get a bigger size wheelchair, you can just turn around and just shift those seats up. And even at the front, the way that they space this is really, really good. And this always has really, really good spacing to where these seats move in 1 inch increments.
Yeah, I saw that. It's like click, click,
Yeah, you
click,
can.
click,
So in
click.
essence, it's almost impossible for you not to be able to configure it the way that you want it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were surprised how much room there actually was between the seats and stuff,
Yes,
which is really
yes.
good being
And
all individual.
And these are the standard 16-inch seats.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually have, we can do these. Neil will say it'll be less seats, but the seats will be wider. But for what you're looking for, this is the 16-inch are perfect.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, we saw that emergency kit up there, emergency exit. I said, check that out there.
Oh, that
Yeah.
is, and that's regulatory. We have to. No, I mean, no. The only other thing is for the lift itself, and everything. And there's a under the driver's seat there is where the battery and everything is for this. There should be 2 batteries in there, and there's a fuse and everything, and everything is easily identifiable as far as the lift is concerned.
It has its own separate battery. then.
Separate battery, and also there's a fuse there. It's literally a block fuse there with a little switch in it, with a reset switch.
It's like a
And
circuit
yeah,
breaker,
exactly,
then.
just like a circuit breaker.
So it's
Yeah.
under the
It's on the
front
driver's
driver's
seat.
seat?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Look at the lights. So it's see
Yes.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what Braun does a really good job in those and everything, especially for night loading, low light loading. This is like one of the best things to use.
Okay.
Did we get any brochures or anything for the mechanic as far as schematics? Or?
I can send all of that. I mean, this is a Braun, in essence, Braun Century lift basically, and I can send you a link to all their stuff and everything. And this thing is one of the easiest lifts to work on.
We got Braun in the other one too.
Yes,
so-
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the same thing, but this has a 3-year, 36,000 mile on it, just to fall in with the warranty, and everything. So, any Braun dealer in this area, you don't have to touch this lift if anything goes wrong. You take to the Braun dealer and everything, and they'll take care of everything for you, and they'll send us the bill.
Wherever they are.
Yeah, it's on Mobility Works. They're-
Mobility was one on Ocala, I
Ocala
believe,
right there, yeah.
Mhm.
There's Mobility Works in Ocala. You can take it to that's actually our sister company, Transit Works, Mobility Works.
Okay.
And that's actually our sister company, and so they will take care of you, and they'll turn around. You'll never see a bill. They'll just turn around and just send the warranty to us.
That's good.
Right, right.
Mhm.
So 3 years,
3 years, 36,000 miles.
36,000 miles. So
Okay.
that's good to know.
So in essence, it's the same vehicle and the same warranty. We fall in line with the same vehicle for the warranty.
Okay.
Right. Good, good, good. The Mobility Works is in Ocala. They've been around for a long time.
Oh yeah.
They're right
They-
off
they-
of 200.
Yeah, they've been around for a long
As a
time.
matter of fact, they've actually Mobility Works was started in the 80s, and then
Again. All right. So we're going. All right.
so now so this is the up position after you've already offloaded your passenger and you're getting ready to dispatch and leave and go to your next location. So the only thing that you want to do is fold, and this is the speed.
Wow. Nice and fast.
And so the last thing you do is turn the power off, put your pendant back, and everything is good to go.
Okay. Do you have to unlatch the doors to get them to close? Or
No,
they'll just close.
When you close them, excuse me, when you close them, they automatically come back in line and close right back on
Okay.
themselves. It's only when you open them
That you have to unlock.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And they come certain to one point right here, and then you just turn around and you just hit
Yep.
unlock, and they go back.
Okay.
And then
Awesome.
close them.
I love that feature.
It's one of the, oh my goodness.
Man, I tell you what.
For a wave vehicle, wheelchair accessible vehicle, that was the most amazing feature because